Some of the best views in this whole country won't make you break a sweat. No gnarly switchbacks. No 7-mile slog. No white-knuckle scrambling over boulders while you question every life choice that got you there. Here's the deal, you park the car, take a short stroll, and boom, you're staring at something that'll stop you dead in your tracks. Today we're counting down 10 spots across the USA that hand you jaw-dropping views without asking for much in return. Every single one sits on flat, easy ground, a boardwalk, a paved trail, or a quick walk from the lot. No hiking boots required. No excuses left. So grab your coffee, buckle up, and let's roll through the list. Number 10, Cadillac Mountain, Acadia National Park, Maine. Folks assume the highest point on the East Coast's Atlantic edge means a brutal climb. Nope. A 3-mile paved road drops you straight at the summit lot, no sweat involved. From up there, you're standing at 1,530 feet, looking down at Frenchman Bay, islands scattered across the water like someone tossed them there for fun. The summit loop trail barely counts as a hike, a third of a mile over smooth pink granite, so flat you'll stop every few steps just to snap the same view from a different angle. Here's the kicker, between October and early March, this spot catches the first sunrise in the entire country. That's exactly why sunrise slots vanish fast. Vehicle reservations for the summit road are mandatory during peak season, released in 2 waves, some months out, the rest just days before. Planning a summer run? Set a reminder now, or you're out of luck. Once you're up top, the toughest call you'll make is which direction to walk. Bar Harbor's 15 minutes away for lobster rolls, and the Park Loop Road serves up Thunder Hole, Sand Beach, and Jordan Pond, 0 strenuous effort needed. Number 9, Antelope Canyon, Page, Arizona. Photos of this place are everywhere online, and somehow not one of them does it justice. Light beams slicing through slot canyon walls that curve like poured honey. Sandstone striped in orange, violet, deep rust, like Mother Nature got a little extra creative. Here's a fact that catches people off guard, Upper Antelope Canyon is basically flat. Walk in, walk out, through a 100-yard corridor at ground level. No ladders, no climbing, nothing sketchy. Lower Antelope's a different story, staircases, tight squeezes, way more effort. So if you want the easy win, Upper's your pick. Both canyons sit on Navajo Nation land, and you can only visit with a licensed guide, which turns out to be a blessing, not a hassle. These guides know exactly where those light beams hit, usually late March through early October, right around midday. Tours run about an hour, shuttle included. Book weeks in advance, this ain't a wing it kind of place. While you're in Page, swing by Horseshoe Bend too. A 1.5 mile round trip on a wide, mostly flat gravel path, with a shaded rest stop halfway. Another world-famous shot, minimal effort required. Number 8, Watkins Glen State Park, New York. 19 waterfalls packed into under 2 miles. That's the pitch, and it delivers big time. The Gorge Trail follows a narrow stone corridor carved out by the creek over thousands of years, and it feels like someone engineered the whole thing just to blow your mind. Stone bridges. A tunnel behind Cavern Cascade where you literally walk under falling water. Moss coating every surface. Light spilling down through the gorge walls in golden shafts. Now, gotta be straight with you, there are stairs. About 800 of them if you hike the whole gorge one way. But here's the hack most folks miss, a shuttle bus runs between the lower and upper entrances all season long. Park at the top, walk down, catch the shuttle back up. Downhill only. Just like that, one of the most jaw-dropping short hikes in the East becomes a breeze. The gorge typically runs May through early November, closed in winter when ice turns the stone into a death trap. Hit it on a weekday morning if you can, because weekend afternoons in July mean you're basically standing in a conga line. Seneca Lake wineries are minutes away, and the town of Watkins Glen sits right on the water. Number 7, Congaree National Park, South Carolina. This one's criminally slept on, and it just might be the flattest national park in the entire country. Congaree protects the largest surviving old-growth bottomland hardwood forest left in the U.S. We're talking massive loblolly pines and bald cypress trees, some topping out over 130 feet, rising straight out of dark, still water. The boardwalk loop stretches 2.6 miles of elevated wooden walkway that carries you right through the heart of it. Totally level. No roots to trip on, no mud to slog through. Walking it feels less like a hike and more like strolling through some kind of natural cathedral. Cypress knees poke up through the water like little wooden fingers. Barred owls hoot in broad daylight. Light filters down in a soft, eerie green. Best time to go. Late fall through early spring, when the weather's mild and the mosquitoes have mostly cleared out. And yeah, Congaree actually has a mosquito meter posted at the visitor center. Summer earns that reputation, big time. Time it right, usually mid-May to mid-June, and you might catch the synchronous fireflies. One of only a handful of spots on Earth where they flash in perfect unison. Columbia is just 30 minutes away, making this an easy half-day add-on. Number 6, the Palouse, Eastern Washington. Almost nobody puts this place on their bucket list, and that's exactly why it deserves a spot here. The Palouse is a stretch of rolling farmland, thousands of square miles blanketed in wheat, lentils, and canola. From above, it looks like green velvet, folded over itself again and again. Late spring turns the hills electric green. By July, they've flipped to solid gold. And the light at sunrise and sunset does something to those curves that no camera can fully capture. The top viewpoint is Steptoe Butte, and you drive straight to the top. A spiral road winds up a 3,600-foot quartzite hill that shoots up out of the flat farmland like it doesn't belong there. From the summit, you can see 60 miles in every direction. Total walking required. About 30 feet from your parked car. June's peak green season. Late July into August brings the gold, plus harvest machines working the slopes, a totally different kind of beautiful. Base yourself in Colfax or Pullman. The whole region is basically one long scenic drive with barely any traffic. Palouse Falls, a 200-foot waterfall crashing into a desert canyon, sits about an hour away, with a viewing platform right next to the parking lot. Quick pause, if you're vibing with this list, smash that subscribe button. New travel guides drop every week, and honestly, the next 4 spots are the ones I'd want to see myself. Let's keep rolling. Number 5. Mendenhall Glacier, Juneau, Alaska. A glacier you can eyeball straight from the parking lot. That's the whole pitch, and it's a good one. Mendenhall flows out of the Juneau ice field and dumps into a lake, with the visitor center sitting about a mile away, floor-to-ceiling windows aimed right at it. Step out onto the viewing platform and you're staring at ice glowing an almost unreal, artificial blue. Want to get closer without breaking a sweat? Photo Point Trail is a third of a mile, paved and flat, leading right down to the lakeshore for the cleanest, unobstructed shot. Nugget Falls Trail runs about 2 miles round trip on a wide, level gravel path, ending at a waterfall crashing down right beside the glacier's face. That extra 20 minutes is 100% worth it. Summer's your window, roughly May through September, when the visitor center's fully open and shuttles run in from downtown Juneau. Late July into August, salmon run through Steep Creek right by the parking lot, and black bears show up to fish. There's even a raised platform built just for watching that show. Juneau's only reachable by plane or boat, so this isn't exactly a casual pit stop. But if an Alaska cruise is in your future, this is usually the easiest, most rewarding excursion on the whole itinerary. Number 4, Grand Prismatic Spring, Yellowstone, Wyoming. The largest hot spring in the entire country, and the colors legitimately don't look real. This spring stretches about 370 feet across, with water so hot at the center it glows deep blue, ringed by bands of orange, gold, and green, all painted by heat-loving bacteria that thrive where nothing else can. The Midway Geyser Basin boardwalk runs right along the edge, and it's completely flat, a half-mile loop straight from the parking lot, zero elevation gain. Standing at the rim, you're mostly taking in steam and color at eye level. Want the classic aerial shot you've seen 1,000 times online? There's a lesser-known trail off the Fairy Falls trailhead, about 1.5 miles round trip, with one short uphill stretch near the top. Not brutal, but if you'd rather skip it, the boardwalk alone delivers plenty. Go early. Parking at Midway Geyser Basin fills up by mid-morning in summer, and afternoon crowds turn that boardwalk into a slow shuffle. Cooler mornings mean more steam too, moody, sure, but it can hide the colors. A warm, calm midday actually shows the spring at its most vivid, crowds or no crowds. Old Faithful sits 10 minutes south, and the whole Firehole Lake Drive strings together short boardwalks past geysers and pools. Number 3, Cathedral Rock and Red Rock Crossing, Sedona, Arizona. Sedona's earned its reputation for brutal hikes. But the single most photographed view in the whole area doesn't require one. Red Rock Crossing at Crescent Moon Ranch is a day-use spot along Oak Creek with a flat, shaded path hugging the water. Cathedral Rock rises straight up across the creek, and when the water sits still, it mirrors the whole formation like glass. Cottonwood trees line the bank. Smooth red slick rock slides right into the water, where people plant themselves with their feet soaking. Total distance from the parking area to that classic viewpoint? Roughly 1/4 mile, dead flat. There's a fee to get into the day-use area, cash or card at the gate. Sunset is the moment to be there. The rock shifts from rust to burning orange in about 15 minutes flat. Get there an hour early to claim your spot on the bank, because photographers line up like it's a concert. Want a second effortless Sedona view? Airport Mesa Overlook is a paved lot with a panoramic sweep over the whole town. And Chapel of the Holy Cross is just a short paved ramp up to a church built straight into the rock. Number 2, Cape Perpetua and Thor's Well, Oregon Coast. The Oregon coast is dramatic pretty much everywhere, but Cape Perpetua crams all that drama into about 2 miles of shoreline. Thor's Well is a hole punched into the basalt shelf that looks like it's straight up draining the Pacific Ocean. At high tide with a decent swell rolling in, waves surge up through it and collapse back down into a churning vortex, nature putting on a show. It's about a 5-minute walk from the Cook's Chasm pullout, over uneven rock. That last stretch is honestly the only genuinely rugged bit on this whole list, so stay back and watch from a safe distance. Truth is, it looks even more impressive from a few steps away anyway. Nearby, Devil's Churn funnels waves into a narrow chasm with a viewpoint right off the highway. And Cape Perpetua Overlook is a drive-up spot, 800 feet above the ocean. On a clear day, you can see 70 miles of coastline stretching out. Timing matters more here than anywhere else on this list. Check a tide chart. Aim to show up about an hour before high tide, ideally during fall or winter when the swells run big. Catch it at low tide, and it's just rocks. Yachats sits 2 minutes north, one of the most underrated little towns on the whole west coast. Number 1, Bryce Canyon, Rim Trail, Utah. Nothing else on earth looks like Bryce. Thousands of orange and pink hoodoos, spires of eroded limestone, packed into natural amphitheaters that glow at sunrise like the whole canyon's lit from the inside out. And here's the best part, the top views all sit right on the rim, which is completely flat. The rim trail stretches about 5.5 miles total, but the half-mile stretch between Sunrise Point and Sunset Point is paved, level, and links 2 of the best viewpoints in the entire national park system. Park at either end, no problem. Near Sunset Point, you're looking straight down into the Silent City, where hoodoos stand packed together in rows like a frozen crowd. Beyond that, Bryce Point and Inspiration Point are both drive-up overlooks with short paved paths. The 18-mile scenic drive out to Rainbow Point strings together a dozen more viewpoints where you barely have to leave the car. Sunrise is the move here. The hoodoos face east, and the first 15 minutes of light turn the whole amphitheater a color that doesn't even have a proper name. It's cold, though. Bryce sits above 8,000 feet, so even summer mornings will have you reaching for a jacket. Still, It's the single best 15 minutes of effortless scenery in the entire country. Winter hits different too. Snow dusted over Orange Rock is a combo worth planning a whole trip around, and the rim road stays plowed all season. So that's the list, 10 places where the payoff has nothing to do with how far you walked, and everything to do with knowing where to stand. From a summit road in Maine to a glowing canyon rim in Utah, these spots prove something simple: you don't need a grueling trek to earn a view that stops your heart. Sometimes the best moments in this country are just a short stroll away. You've just gotta know where to look, and when to show up. Which one's going on your list first? Drop it in the comments, I want to know. And if there's a spot you think deserves a place on this countdown, tell me, because the follow-up video's already in the works. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you in the next one.